Hello and welcome back to day 37 of Journey 3000. We got a game right away. That's white. We play d4. Guess it's 2200. Okay, everything looks good. d4, c4. And we have a Slav. Gonna play knight f3. And I'm gonna do an early takes and just go into symmetrical position. Not the most critical way to play, but not super familiar with the lines, as you might be able to tell. Guessing queen here. I feel like we're already uncomfortable. But we'll start with queen here. Just take a look at this bishop. Knight here. Oh man. I'm already moderately uncomfortable here. So where did things go wrong, I wonder? Let's try to get bishop and just try to get our bishop developed. For now, this is probably why you don't play like that, like the way I played in the opening. I'm guessing that our thing is struggling. This thing should not be fine. Yeah, and now we're completely lost, as expected. But I think this is happening before this point, if I had to guess. Although, no, our position's just smoked. Maybe I'll just try e5. Just to try something. Yeah, but yeah. So I'm gonna guess that bishop g5 is not the move there. Probably develop the knight first. Kind of surprised by this. Because I don't understand what's happening anymore. Really surprised that he took that. Because, like, okay, you're up a pawn, but you could have been up a rook, couldn't you? Or was e5 a better try than I thought it was? I don't know. I don't think so. It doesn't feel like a great try. So I'm just going to play bishop d3. And castles. This doesn't work anymore. I don't know. I mean, our position is probably still completely losing. Easily, I'm guessing. Our bishop is really offsides, and our position is horrible. But maybe if we just keep developing, something good will happen, but I doubt it. Now notice, I think taking there is risky. I also think moving here is risky. Although check, and I'm guessing everything is just fine for him. So we're probably still just completely losing as we were before. So really just a terrible, brutal game right now. And very upsetting, very upsetting. Just some mistakes in the opening, and the game's over. So that's how it usually goes. Cool, cool. We're gonna go back to this one, I'm guessing. It's pretty nice. Alright, I think it's time to resign. Let's just look at where we went wrong in the game and not do that ever again. So I'm not going to waste the whatever analysis on this, the game review. But let's just see. It's going to be pretty quickly in the opening. D5, C takes D5, E4. Okay, I understand this is a little bit better for him, but really is it that bad for me? Queen C7. Am I able to just go bishop D3 here? Like, really? Bishop takes. Oh, right, because he can't really get his knight out. So I just kind of, I don't know. Sorry. Oh, here it's checkmate. Okay, so we just go bishop D3 there. So I just gave up way too early. Still don't understand the line, though. We're just slightly behind. Yeah, so we should have kept a resolve. But we didn't, so we just lost. Yeah, pretty terrible first game. Let's go ahead and jump into another one, because the video is too short. So let's fix that. New game. Oh, new game. Alright, D4. Yeah, that was horrible. That was just horrible. Especially because I was like such a whiny baby, even when the position was still fine, somewhat. And I know that, okay, let's just focus on this game. It's playing a straight up Benoni, so we're going to play knight C3, and then fianchetto. And then fianchetto. Good transition into a King's Indian with E5. But this is our typical setup. We're going to go here, 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 here when he plays A6. And things are pretty normal. Preparing A4 when he plays A6. I'm guessing this move, or maybe a move after. Knight A6, rerouting to C7 to play B4, although this also I don't think is very good. I'm gonna block A4 just all the same. And now if A6, maybe I play A5 and still block B4. Well, let's take a moment to consider things. I think knight D7 also blocks it. We win a pawn if he plays B4 at this very moment, so that's something to consider. Okay, now we can play B4. Can't play B3 here quite yet, even though I really want to. I'm thinking A5, B4, takes A5, rook takes A5, queen A4. I don't know, I feel like he's getting some play here, and I find that annoying. Maybe I don't take. I'm gonna try that. A5, B4, and then maybe I'm not concerned about taking right away. Maybe I should be. But we got more of a game this time, which is always nice. Okay. Now I'm thinking e5, f4. But maybe that's just a horrible idea. I don't know. Fuck it. I'm just gonna go for it. I mean, if he goes here, we're swinging in this way. If he moves the knight, we take, and then have a passer. Where does he even move the knight to? I don't know. And everything is somewhat covered on this diagonal, although maybe I should be prioritizing other things, but right now I'm fine. If he takes here, knight takes, and then knight jumps in. And I'm not upset about that. I'm not upset about the knight jumping in. And then if he does nothing, we're going to continue with our f4, e5 plan. And open up the bishop. Biggest regret in the position is that our bishop, our dark squared bishop sucks, but okay. And maybe the computer will say, yeah, you shouldn't do this, and then we'll learn. But this is what I'm committing to. This knight d2 is what allows me to do this. Now maybe I should have untangled, but this bishop's doing a good job of reinforcing b2, and maybe I can play, well, not right now, obviously, because of the fork, but eventually swing my rook over, like so, or just develop my pieces, but I don't see how that's happening right now, so. Again, f4 is coming up. Okay, here, I was going to go simply knight a4, knight b6, and feel somewhat comfortable here. How does he ever attack this pawn? He has to move his bishop like this. The whole reason okay. Okay, if he ever attacks this, we can defend it. So I'm thinking we just continue at the moment with our original plan. His bishop is also stuck, noticeably. Now I'm looking at this move. I'm a little bit scared of that. Doesn't really do anything though, other than make me move my queen. And by queen, I of course mean the opposite, the king. Okay, here I think this allows f5. So I'm going to play f5. Wow. That seems like a risky move. Pawn takes, a rook takes here. Either seems fine. Pawn takes, pawn here, knight here. Knight has to move, or queen has to move. This also supports this. But admittedly, in that scenario I just outlined, that's not a possibility. Rook here. And then swing the rook over. I think knight just goes back. I'll do pawn takes, because I like the square, and this is more opening for my bishop. He's going knight there. Okay, let's just hop in with knight here. I'm guessing queen takes. But I'm not too worried about that pawn, because queen takes doesn't seem like a good move, although maybe I'm mistaken. If queen takes, like, who cares? I'm attacking you. Yeah, it does not seem like a good move, in my humble opinion. Let's start with queen here. Threatening bishop here. Guessing he has to play this. Maybe he's fine after that, I don't know. But as soon as his bishop moves, we got some discoveries coming up on his queen. Like maybe knight here, knight here. So I'm seeing this, bishop here. Well, I guess it's not really a threat immediately, although I am threatening to take these because the knight can't move after that. So if king here takes, knight takes, that is impossible. He's definitely, he sacrificed all of his initiative, or giving me a huge initiative. And for what? For what? Can I go queen here? Not quite. Okay, now I'm thinking knight here, knight takes. Queen here. Queen back, bishop here. And then I don't know. Oops, I bumped the mic. I apologize for that. Is that just a solid move, I'm guessing? Yeah, what about queen here, knight takes, bishop takes, knight here. Running low on time. Very unfortunate. Problem is my queen doesn't have enough space to maintain itself on the desired square. I'm just taking it. I don't know why. Maybe trying to open up the square while the knight's awkwardly on it. Because the knight doesn't want to be on the square. I'm guessing his pawn wants to be on the square. But queen back seems natural, followed by bishop here. But the problem is I just don't see any real threats that I have. And my knight's stuck, so my position's probably bad. Position is probably bad. So here, I don't understand. I don't understand that move at all. I'll start with bishop here. I will now have easier access with my knight, which is very kind of him. This move makes no sense to me. Maybe he just wants to like start attacking these, but again, I'm trying to checkmate you, so I don't really care about that. Although I admit, currently, the task is more difficult than I want it to be. So rook here. Knight's starting to go here. And how does he stop that threat? That's a good question. I guess pawn here maybe. Bishop takes. Bishop takes, queen takes. We have our pawn back. Admittedly not doing great on time. Well, not doing horrible either. Much more intensive, or we're playing an actual game here as opposed to whatever the hell the first game was yet again. Okay, I'm gonna take. Maybe just start shoving some other things down the board, or what? What do I want to do here? Maybe knight here. If knight here, knight takes, bishop takes, pawn here. Queen takes, sorry, queen check, king here. Yeah, the problem is I don't see how to win there, but I'm sure I'll think of something. I don't know. Okay, maybe like rook here, then knight here. That way when rook takes, I can lift it over. Rook wants to occupy this square to gain access. That's a very scary move. I admit this. But what about queen here, followed by pawn push? Is knight here his plan? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. But if he plays knight here, I'm pretty sure he loses the game. So does he have to play knight back? Then we have rook check. Okay, we get a tempo, right? Gonna improve my position by one move, and then play back, and I got another tempo. Now my rook's where I want it to be, so I can recapture if I go knight here, for example. So now we go here again. If here we go check, rook here, now knight here, knight takes, check, king back, rook takes, game win, game over? Possibly. What was my plan? I forgot. We're gonna go here. Oh. Knight here. Knight takes, queen check, rook takes. Still winning, right? Still winning, right? Hope so. Because if it's not, I'll be very sad. Very hard for him to defend here. Throw in the check. Then rook takes. And I feel like we're winning. Can't really escape because queen always has this check to drag him back, and it's just over. Game is just over at this point, in my humble opinion. And we should have checkmate, just a couple moves here. All right. That was a much better game than the first game, but we're steadily losing like 1 rating point for each of these win-loss trades. Happy with our plan here. Also noticeably recognized that his queen's offsides after he takes, so I wasn't too worried about that. F4, F5, and we just have an advantage at this point because he hasn't responded to our attacking moves correctly. And then, as you can see, even queen takes. Well, let me do the game review instead of whatever I'm doing here. Here we go. I don't have a game review. It's messed up. I wonder why. Anyway. Okay, so e5 just allows f5. I really don't think that's a good move. We should be playing. It says it should play e6 here. Definitely seems a little bit more defensive. Although still awkward for him. I think pushing b4 was a huge mistake. I would like to see the evaluation on. Oh, this is just bad for him. It just wants me to do a takes b5. Knight b3, and then I'm going to come in on the light squares. Okay. That's one way to play it. Probably better than mine. Actually, he has an advantage if I don't immediately take. Unfortunate, but b4 is a huge mistake. Just allows my knight to jump in. And then I'm getting an initiative on the king side, which is the side where its king is, so I'm pretty happy about that. And then, okay, I went to g4 here. But queen g4 isn't losing, so I'll take it. What's the idea behind g4? Or he's just getting iced by a pawn storm, I'm guessing. Well, it seems a little double-edged. But I will say that his queenside initiative is completely dead after b4, so even though he's won a pawn here, like, imagine if I played b3, like, he's never breaking this down ever, even with the extra pawn. So it's not really that big of a deal. So his queenside initiative died. And then what's queen h4? Is that what I played? No, I took knight. Queen h4, I was just looking at this. Should be b1. And then it wants g4, g5, I'm guessing. Yeah. g4, g5, and then I come in here. It just allows f6. What does he have to like, oh no, because okay, queen h5, what if he gets queen back right away? Still g4. Knight takes. Oh, the knight's hanging while the knight's here, so that's a good reason not to trade knights. I was wondering why the computer didn't want to do that, and now I understand, because while this knight's here, the queen here is not protected, which is a significant detail, because that means he's walking into a pin to double protect his knight. So in that case, I should not lose a tempo by taking the knight, which I did in the game. With knight takes f6, but we then played queen h4, which is just a slightly worse version, although it's still winning. Yeah, b3 is a bizarre move in that circumstance, and after that we're completely winning, so he just didn't seem to respond to the attack. And then here we're just mining a tempo. Each one of these like little circuits we do, I get one tempo out of it. So knight there, threaten the knight. We can't leave the knight hanging, and if here, this should win. Just check. Checkmate coming. So maybe it's like a knight here. But then, okay, first off, queen g5, king h8, rook takes. Not really anything you can do. And then, okay, so we get an extra tempo, and that tempo allows us to play here, which now when we play knight e4, we can retake with the rook, and then as in the game, he's cut off, and our rook has access, which was the main key to finishing off the attack, was getting our rook access. So let's be honest, this bishop isn't helping, ever. And then, yeah, it's just making a couple moves. So that was game 2, much better than the first game. Noticing a pattern of, when I start these videos, just immediately making horrible errors in the opening. Although, I think the lesson in that game was that we didn't make an error, but he put us under pressure, which is what he's supposed to do. But well played to my opponent in the first game, and well played to me in this game. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.